Well, this morning we've got a couple of mums who are going to come and share with us. And so they're going to be Tiffany and Kerry as well. So Tiffany, if you want to come up first. I know how much she's looking forward to this. Some of you will know some of Tiff's story, so you'll be ahead of the game, but I'm sure Tiff is looking very forward to sharing today with us.
Hello. I'm most likely going to cry. I'm already starting. So bear with me. Great at drama, bad at public speaking, so I apologise. I just want to start by saying that I acknowledge that today isn't an easy day for a lot of people due to many reasons. This year I'm super grateful that I have my baby girl to celebrate with, but I know firsthand how hard Mother's Day is and can be. So my journey to becoming Maisie's mum started about 9 years ago. In 2015, my boyfriend at the time, Kiefer, his mum and I attended an appointment for Kiefer. Earlier that year, he was diagnosed with a heart and lung disease. I was just going along to the appointment to be the supportive girlfriend. So it came as a complete shock to the both of us when the doctor turned to Kiefer and I, and he asked us if we planned on having children. We looked at each other with confusion. We weren't expecting something like that to come up in a conversation with the doctor. I have always known that I wanted to be a mum. At that time, it was a future thing, but we hadn't really talked about having kids. We were both only 17, and we were uncertain of what the future looked like for us. Because when Kiefer actually got diagnosed with his illness, he was told he only had a couple of years to live, so we weren't really thinking that far ahead. But anyway, the doctor went on to say that if we wanted to have kids in the future, that we should look at IVF. So it was a lot to take in, especially at that young age. But yeah, after that appointment, Kiefer and I had many discussions about if we wanted to have children, and that if we did, we wanted to give them the best life possible. That was starting with ensuring we wouldn't need to go through dealing with a terminal illness that we could prevent. So this led us to do IVF so we could do genetic testing. So in January of 2019, Kiefer and I got married, and later in that year is when we first started our IVF journey. At that time, I didn't comprehend how challenging our journey would be. Sorry. Between 2019 and 2022, sorry. Between 2019 and 2022, we went through a whirlwind. We suffered a lot of loss and pain, and at times it felt so hard, I just wanted to give up. But I did keep faith that we would eventually have the baby that we prayed for. In 2023, we had a cycle of IVF, and from that cycle, I fell pregnant with our beautiful baby girl. I was lucky and had a fairly smooth pregnancy and delivery, which was a blessing after all we'd been through. But when I finally got to hold my precious baby, I felt a flood of different emotions, but at that moment, nothing else mattered. It wasn't easy getting to that point, but I wouldn't change anything. Going through so much leading up to me becoming a mother has helped shape me into who I am, and it's taught me so much about myself. I know that I'm resilient, patient, strong, and brave, and I'm an IVF warrior. Motherhood so far has been amazing. I love it so much. It's also been challenging at times, and I'm sure that won't change. She is only 3 months old tomorrow. But people definitely don't lie when they say time goes so fast when you do have kids. I've been trying to soak in everything. I've been appreciating all the small things, and I've been cherishing every moment. I just hope that I can continue to learn and grow and be the best mum that I can be. So, thank you.
Okay, hi everybody. Thank you, Tiff. That was so amazing. And we're definitely on the same page. With the first thing I wanted to say is, for those who don't know me, I'm Kerry, goes by Kez most of the time. I am very, very lucky to be a mum to 3 awesome women. And I'm up here today because I am partly terrified and still want to show them that even when you're scared, you still need to give it a crack. So this is for you guys. I also just want to acknowledge that Mother's Day can be really, really hard. It's great if you're living the fairy tale, which I don't think any of us are. But for people that have lost their kids for one way or another, kids that aren't earthside, mums who aren't earthside, I acknowledge you today. And I know that it's tricky. It can be a happy day and it can be a heavy day. And yeah, just want to acknowledge that today. Now, I also want to say, at the Branton household, if they weren't for me, Ali's just seen what's about to go on screen, I think maybe, this is something that happened when I wasn't there. So it's only short, and you may recognise the man who's laughing in the background. Thanks, Kath. Now, I'm all for equality, but that is the life we would live without mothers. All right? If I was there, that would have looked a little different. In Dave's defence, this is the subclause, so I don't get in trouble when I get home. He says he did offer to help Ali, but she wanted to prove she could do it herself. Ali is here today. If you need verification of that fact, please feel free to see her afterwards. So I have a photo saved in my phone that's called the best family photo of all time. That is one of our dinners at our house. That is not a normal occurrence. I have, like I said, 3 girls. We've got Zach as well, my unofficial son-in-law. Don't freak out, nothing's official, but I have to mention Zach in case he sees this later. Love you, Zach. So I've been fortunate to have a crazy, out-of-control family. We do things right we try to do things right a lot, but we are honest and we are real and we are messy, and it's just the way that I love it. And for me, being able to be a mum, I just wanted to be able to raise women who can go on and impact the world. And the impact the world could be kindness to someone that they see on the street. Those sort of things are the things that matter the most to me. And for all of us, you can't be a mum, I don't think, without having a community of women around you as well. We've got our Auntie Toinette, who has helped us raise our girls. She is a mum who doesn't have any kids, but without her, I couldn't have done everything that we've been able to do with our girls. And she's the first person I text on Mother's Day to thank her for everything that she's done for us, and continues to just love on these guys. If ever they need anything, she'd be there in a heartbeat. So along with it being fun, it's hard and it stretches you more than you ever know possible. This is a photo of me. It's up there, isn't it? I can see too. Can you see that weird ghost-like person on the side? That's me when our girls were 12, 8 and 5, and I broke both my ankles at the same time, carrying Gabby down a step at a caravan park in Robe. Who breaks both ankles at the right time, for love of all things merciful? But anyway, that was me one day, and I remember this was almost 10 years ago. I did not want to do this anymore. I didn't want to mum anymore. I didn't want to be feeling bad anymore. And I remember sitting there and I put a towel over my head, because then it would just make it all go away and I wouldn't have to look at anything and it was all just invisible. So that, again, is saved to my phone as a reminder that even when things are pretty rough, you will get through the other side. So in that, me being invisible in that picture, I just wanted to acknowledge that sometimes as mums we feel invisible, and that we do so much work behind the scenes that no one sees, and we carry the mental load of lots and lots of things and remembering this and remembering that, and we do our best. We don't do it right, but we give it our best shot. And everyone wants to be seen. And I think Mother's Day gives us that opportunity to be seen for the day. And we are loved. A lot of us are loved and can benefit from having people in our community who have got our backs. But sometimes you just feel a little bit invisible, because our jobs as mums is to make our kids visible. And how many kids will always be yelling out to you, "Mum, watch me, watch me, watch this." And they jump on the ground in the same spot. And you're like, amazing. And you're like, oh my gosh. But people want to be seen. They want to be acknowledged for what they're doing. And so on that, I was reading as well. I try not to say a feminist, but I'm pretty strong modern day woman. And I was reading in Genesis, and I was reading about Hagar in a horrific situation in my current day thinking that, I understand the Bible is what needs to happen, but if that happened today, my stars, I'd be having a different conversation. But in that, Hagar's in an awful situation, right? And she says to God, this is the God who sees me. And he sees everything that she was going through, and he was the God who sees her. So I just wanted to encourage everyone today, no matter what your circumstances, whether you have your family here with you or not, God sees you. He sees what you've done. He sees what you're doing. He sees what you're going to continue to do. And that is just so important. And then today, as we're going through Mother's Day, going through the motions, some of us might be on a land speed record to get to various households today so as to not upset people. Just remember, he sees you, and the people that you touch base with, whoever that may be, just let them know that you see them too. Yeah, thank you.